Batman update. The Batman update.
I wonder who he is under that mask. Some people say Bruce Wayne.
It's going around that. The Batman has 2 cuts of the movie. One cut cuts out a particular character, and they didn't say which character it was, right? But they said one cut has a particular character in it, and the other cut has him completely cut out. And they've been screening it for each other, trying to decide which one to keep, right? The rumor of who there might be cutting out is this guy named Barry Keoghan or Keoghan. Barry Keoghan.
Sounds like a fitness guru that lost his job in the 90s. The Barry Keoghan diet.
He's apparently a good actor. I'll show you a picture of him here. Now, this is crazy because of a certain specific reason. That certain specific fucking reason
is because he's holding an axe, threatening people.
That's not him in the movie. That's him in something else. That's him in the Green Knight, I think. He was in Dunkirk, Green Knight, Eternals. But when this dude was cast, okay, his brother tweeted out that his brother was playing the Joker in the new Batman movie. And then they deleted the tweet. And now when they came out, he's playing this Detective Merkel is what he's listed as in IMDb, who's a close friend and partner of Commissioner Gordon, right? So a lot of people think that this guy is actually supposed to be the Joker and that they've been hiding it from people. And they're trying to decide whether or not to keep him in the movie as the Joker.
I mean, I hope not, because I'm not saying, I can't really place him. He's got an interesting look, but to be honest with you, he kind of looks like the guy from, you know what that looks like? He kind of looks like the B-52's lead singer, like mixed with the kid from Ready Player One.
He looks like I get the Ready Player One thing. Are the B-52s no, that's SR-7.
Love Shack, baby.
Pick me when
the guy the lead singer looks like Ryan Stiles from Whose Line Is It Anyway? But anyway, that guy, dude, look, the thing about him, God, I don't know. I don't see the Joker with that at all.
But here's my thing, like I kind of can see the Joker. What I can't see is like a hardened Gotham City detective. Well, and like a Joker actor can surprise you because there's been several, like it comes out of nowhere. And
Ledger was a good looking guy, but that guy, I don't know. I could see him as another villain. I just don't see him as Joker. Like, I don't know. Joaquin Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix is just a powerful actor. So I don't know. But this guy,
I don't see it straight off, but I can see it. Like, to me, he looks more like the Joker if you put white makeup on him and shit, like a young Joker, than he does a hardened detective. That's the only thing that made me pause and go, "Oh fuck, maybe that is what they're doing."
Yeah, I don't know. Nah,
he's young.
If the rumors are that they have 2 different cuts of the one where Joker would be in it versus the one where he wouldn't be in it. Now, initially, I did say, okay, we'll leave him in it, but then maybe it is a better idea to keep Joker out because, look, the Joker doesn't need to be in every single Batman movie. I love the Joker. The Joker is classic as fuck, obviously, for obvious reasons. He's one of the best villains of all time, but let's focus on some other villains. Like, we got Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Let's build him up a little bit. Let's build up the Riddler. The guy that's playing him is awesome. Let's build that up. I mean, let's introduce a little bit lesser-known characters like Black Mask or Victor Zsasz. And like make it a darker kind of Batman where Victor Zsasz is literally a fucking serial killer that carves into his skin how many people he's killed.
I like the guy they did in Birds of Prey who played Victor Zsasz. I thought he was fucking awesome.
So, and then you let Joker linger. First off, I would have, you know what, if it were up to me though, if it were given my choice, I would say let's cut Catwoman out because that's you know what, and I know people love fucking Catwoman. At the end of the day, how many times has Catwoman's story been told? How many iterations have we seen? I'm not talking. Okay, don't say, oh well, how many iterations of Batman have we seen? It's Batman. He's the
titular character.
He's the tits, but Joker. I'd save him for like a 3rd movie. If they were doing a trilogy, I would save him as the last villain in the 3rd movie. And that way, because this is Batman's beginning story. Like he just started out.
The councilman from Versailles wants to be let it known on the record that I completely agree with Mr. J.
Oh, I thought you were saying from Versailles. I was like, from France?
Versailles? No, Versailles? I totally agree. I don't need Catwoman in this movie. The Joker, what I think is that if they're going to have him in the movie and he's so young, right? But like Batman's just starting out too, that it would be like you would see the character throughout the movie a couple times. And then maybe in an end credit sequence or whatever, they reveal that he's going to be the Joker in a future movie. In that case, it doesn't sound like that bad of an idea because like you're not taking out of the movie because you're right. You already got the Penguin. You already got Catwoman. You got the Riddler. You got Batman's semi-origin
and whoever else
story,
they might
year
throw in the
one-ish.
mix. I mean, what about we never got a fucking Deathstroke? Joe Manganiello would have been awesome, and I never got
Yeah.
to see that, and that would have been great. The thing about Joker is like again, you put Joker in this movie, you're literally competing with yourself. DC, I mean, they're not the smartest tool in the shed anyway, so I wouldn't be shocked if they do this, but they already got a fucking killer in Joaquin Phoenix. Like, it's great. Like, let that hype build up behind that, use that to your advantage, and put Joker in the back burner until Joaquin Phoenix gets his second movie out, which, you know, there's also a hot debate about whether or not they should even make a sequel to Joker, but regardless, they're gonna do it.
That's my whole thing, though, because you can't tie those two things together. I mean,
I know, but
you could with some fancy writing, but that's a different Batman. So
yeah, I know,
you
but it's still, but it's like a McDonald's opening up a McDonald's like across the street from each other. Like, it's like, oh, but we serve like a different kind of sauce.
Yeah, you'd have to be like people, hey, you're just gonna have to forget that he's the Joker in that movie too. Because he was good and we want him in this fucking movie. But
again, it's all rumor. If he is Joker, though, I think that was a dumb move. I would not. And by the way, why does Joker got to be the same age as Bruce Wayne, Batman? Like, why to me, Joker's always been in like maybe a 15 years older than Batman and a lot more experienced with the world. And because he's had more time to be corrupted, he's like, I don't know. I just feel like Joker is always older than Batman. I don't know.
And I think this guy's actually younger. He's younger than Batman. I think Robert Pattinson looks older than he does. But I mean, I do hesitate to say like, oh, that guy doesn't look like Joker to me, because I've seen Dunkirk and I've seen stuff he's in, but I can't remember his actual acting. And again, like almost every Joker that we've had, aside from Joaquin Phoenix, because we all knew he was going to be fucking great, surprised us. Nobody saw Heath Ledger as a Joker.
No,
you know,
I didn't.
Jack Nicholson pissed off a lot of people.
Well, no, I mean Nicholson, you got to go back to look at. He was Jack Torrance in The Shining. They knew he could play crazy.
Yeah,
the only one that really pissed off was Michael Keaton.
Yeah, that's true. And but some of the people that were gonna cast as him were some crazy fucking out there ideas.
Dude, they were gonna cast Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, was he gonna play the Joker or was he gonna play Robin?
No, he was gonna play Joker. You're thinking of the one that was the. You're thinking of Marlon Wayans was for Batman Forever.
Yeah.
Was gonna play Robin.
I actually wouldn't mind Marlon Wayans.
But no, they were literally gonna they were gonna cast like Eddie Murphy and some Joker. Like, it was just gonna be a fucking campy ass movie in '89, and then they're like, no, what the fuck? You guys smoke too much red herring weed.
But again, if they're thinking about cutting him out of the movie, like that says something right there. Maybe they double pivoted and were like, oh shit, they saw what he did on screen and like, I don't know if we need it. Maybe we should cut it out.
Yeah, and you don't want to oversaturate the movie. Again, the biggest thing is let the villain shine. Like, let Colin Farrell's performance be good. Let the other guy as Riddler be good. And then because they're
doing a whole TV series with Riddler, by the way. They're going to go back to his origin.
I like
not Riddler, but not Penguin. Colin Farrell's the Penguin signed on.
Like, if they that'll be awesome.
An HBO Max
if they do Penguin right, man, he's going to be fucking great. Because all that Penguin really is he's like a gangster, like he's like a mafia dude.
Yeah,
I like those kind of stories. But yeah, I would let those other villains have their time in the limelight, and then because the first thing that's going to happen is if Joker's in the movie, that's all that anybody's going to talk about. They're not even going to. I mean, I'm not saying they won't mention everybody else. But they'll be like, oh, is Joker going to be in the second movie? He's got to be in the second movie. He might be the best villain of any comic book character ever. I mean, he might be. Right. But the fact is, he's been used every time Batman is mentioned in any kind of screen adapted film. It's always like, Joker going to be in it? Joker going to be in it? And Batman's got one of the most craziest, coolest, different variety villains lineup that you can pick from. And you always go, I'm not saying, I mean, it's always the best wine. But like, let's try some fucking Seagrams tonight.
Let's get some strange.
Hey, you want a fucking Zima instead of a Boone's Farm? I don't know.
But I'm 100% with you, dude. Joker's not needed in this movie at all. So, but that's just interesting. And also, Matt Reeves came out and said that he's pretty sure that his Batman is the scariest Batman of all the Batmans, which is exciting.
That's great. Yeah, because Batman, if you look at Batman overall, the stories that you get, like the Long Halloween and like graphic novels like that, the Bane story, Nightfall. Batman is literally a gothic horror story with a costume vigilante keeping the demons of the night away from the common folk.
With a detective story being the main, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, but it's like a 7. We mentioned that before. The Batman looks and feels like 7 with
they've tried to scare you up Batman a couple times. When we're introduced to Batman in Zack Snyder's universe and he's hanging out on the ceiling of that fucking cell, like they really try to do that up, and he's putting his fucking brand in people. Like they try to do that up, and then obviously Batman Begins, I think, had the scariest Batman to date when everybody was tripping. I guess that wasn't technically Batman, but just that scene in general when everybody was tripping on the fucking water supply. And he's like, he's like bleeding black blood out of his mouth.
Yeah,
You know, that was cool.
yeah, I remember seeing that trailer in the theater, The Batman Begins, and it was so different because I didn't even know anything about a new Batman movie, and it started out like a horror movie. Like you were like,
Yeah.
"Where are you?" And it's like, "Here." And I didn't know what the fuck that was. And then it was like,
Yeah.
and then it was like Batman Begins. Like, what the fuck? Okay, they thought something different. And it was cool. I like that. And but you know, I guess to be fair, Tim Burton did start the creepy atmospheric building with. I mean, if you look at Batman Returns, that literally is some creepy shit.
Yeah.
With Penguin, and
It's
then they
just
just
wild
kind
Tim
of
Burton
evolved it
creepy.
a little bit later on. But yeah, I hope the Batman. I hope it's like, is it? Did they say it's gonna be rated R?
I don't know. I can't remember.
We'll see.
But
I hope it's.
it
I hope.
I
It's,
think for sure it's got to be. You know.
Well, yeah. The best. The skating that line with thriller horror is perfect fit for Batman. Making
Yeah.
it like a 7-esque type of perfect.
Totally agree, dude.
Perfect blend. It's like Pop
7 is
Tarts.
the way to go with that, you know. And then they set it up with that something in the way.
It's so
Like
good,
it's gonna
man.
be dark.
That's gonna be good. Yeah.
I can't fucking wait.